Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best budget action cameras. Starting at number 5. Akaso V50 Pro. Very low-priced 4K action cameras are best approached with caution, but hey, race a mold breaker. Capable of 20MP photos and 4K/30fps video, the Akaso V50 Pro covers the bare-bones basic features and nothing more. That's because as well as respectable results, it comes with a host of extras that you really shouldn't expect at this low price. On the camera itself, there's a 170-degree wide-angle lens, a large touchscreen, and a very welcome 1/4-inch tripod thread, something no GoPro has, with the only quirk being a mini USB slot for recharging its internal 1100 mAh battery. The V50 Pro's 4K video benefits from basic electronic image stabilization (EIS) tech that does work better as you drop down to 7K/30fps and 1080p/60fp, but 4K video is always watchable. There are tons of modes, from slow MO and fast MO to time-lapse file length limits, to 1, 3, or 5 minutes. How has Akaso made this camera so affordable? We're still not sure. Okay, so there's none of the 4K/60fps and 5K/30fps video you'll find on the latest high-end action cameras, and nor is there a front-facing display. But given its decent resolution, excellent build quality, and acceptable performance, it's an undeniable bargain if you're after the basics. Coming at number 4. Akaso V50 X. If there's one word to sum up the Akaso V50 X, it's soft. Its 4K video is less sharp than the cheaper Akaso EK7000S, and that's a camera we recommend using it too. 7K or 1080p because 4K doesn't bring much benefit. Whether Akaso used the wrong lens, wrong sensor, or the wrong processing, something is not quite right in the Akaso V50 X. This isn't the best overall option you can buy at this price, but it's not without its merits. For example, the Akaso V50 X works perfectly well as a webcam. Just plug it in and select PC camera, it works fine on Macs too. There's also a threaded input for a tripod or other mount right on the camera, and it even supports an external microphone over micro USB. The internal one is decent, too, with clarity just a level below the Akaso Brave 7 LE. Some of the Akaso V50 XS elements are dead on, but the video quality isn't quite there. At number 3. Akaso Brave 7 LE. Akaso has changed the cheap action camera game with the Brave 7 LE. This is a cheap action camera with most of the features of a top-end model. These include dual displays, one on back and another up front, and weather sealing. Rubber bungs over the 2 ports provide IPX7 water resistance without a case. It's all you need unless you want to start snorkeling with your action camera. And a diving-style case with 40mm waterproofing is included too. The Brave 7 LE also feels more high-end than any other camera we've seen around this price. It's touchscreen LED and has the touch of gloss you don't see in most other GoPro clones. Dare we say it, for the basics it's faster and more intuitive than GoPro's own. The Akaso Brave 7 LE looks, feel and sounds the part, but we weren't blown away by its video quality. It tops out at 4K resolution, 30 frames per second. Video shot at that setting looks good but doesn't have quite the same clarity and detail as the 8-man A100. Given the effort clearly put in here, we expected the Brave 7 LE to top the chart, but it didn't. Something strange also happens when you switch to 60 frames per second modes, available at 7K resolutions and below. Footage looks highly aliased or blocky, so 7K clips don't look anything like they have that amount of detail. Number 2 of my list. Akaso EK7000. The Akaso EK7000 looks an awful lot like the Dragon Touch Vision 4 Lite, see below. It has the same diamond pattern sides, an all-button interface, and those buttons sit in exactly the same spots. It has also fewer features, no stabilization and a slightly worse screen, but we liked it more and it's a decent buy if your budget is very tight. There are 2 main reasons for this. The Akaso EK7000's interface isn't a headache to use. While there's a carousel of menu items to flick through anytime you want to change a setting, it makes better use of its 4 buttons to cut this button mashing down. Many cameras' footage looks completely different as you cycle between resolutions, but here there's just a slight detail hit. Stick to 2, 7K or 1080p/60 for the best results. For this price, would be pretty happy with the 1080/60p video the Akaso EK7000 spits out. Do we miss electronic image stabilization? Absolutely. A 60 frames per second mode can make motion more fluid, but it won't get rid of bumps. Still, stick your clips in a piece of video editing software like iMovie and ITLL do the job better than most of these cheap action cameras in body processing. And number 1. Kaiser Baas X450. If ready-to-roll 4K footage is the main thing you're after, then the Kaiser Baas X450 is a great option. It shoots lovely 4K footage, with its 14MP sensor even capturing slightly more detail than a GoPro Hero 9 Black at its widest setting, in certain lighting conditions, based on a frame analysis at sunset. Of course, this isn't an entirely fair comparison as GoPro Black cameras have much wider angle lenses than the Kaiser Baas X450, but we remain impressed. Detail is similar to the 8-man A100, but the Kaiser Baas has superior color processing, generally rendering warmer, more charming clips. Noise handling in low light is slightly better too, as you'd hope given its higher price tag. Kaiser Baas is less generous than most of the other companies in this guide. You don't get 2 batteries, for example, just the one, and its capacity is a miserly 1050 mAh. The other $80 plus cameras here use 1350 mAh batteries. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.